All right, ZTV fans, welcome to day 2 of Midwest Gaming Classic. We're waiting in line to get in.
This is all vendor. Yeah.
We'll be doing a quick scan of the vendor hall. We'll be watching the Smash Brothers Amiibo tournament as we do every year, and then we'll be browsing some games, maybe playing some stuff in the game hall, and then I don't know. We'll see where we go from there. So just wanted to do a quick little introduction before the mayhem happens. All right.
Good morning, everybody. Family fun day.
All right, we're back in the vendor hall. Let's browse around and see what we can find. Hopefully not much. I'd like to kind of hold on to the money I've got. Most of the money that I've got left. I think last year, by the time I got to this point, I'd spent almost all of the money that I had. Here's some dice. The dice are kind of expensive. I was actually surprised. I actually would like to get a couple of like 10-sided dice. I had a couple, but I can't find them. I don't know what happened to them. The nice thing about the second day is it's a little bit more, it's not quite as chaotic. You can kind of browse a little bit more freely. We've got about an hour and a half before the Smash Brothers Amiibo tournament. We've got some artwork and stuff. That's actually pretty cool. It's lenticular.
So it works on the US TurboGrafx CD as well as the PC engine, because they're the CD type.
Oh, that was so phobia, and it has analog duo.
There's Dino Crisis 3.
Yes, it should work on the analog duo. Yes.
Ooh. Hey, give me
Got some games.
Yes. All right.
Nice
Great.
try. There's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I like the analog duo a lot. I've been really playing it.
You can get a lightsaber. Ooh, this is like a Sailor Moon lightsaber. That'd be rad. $250 is pretty much the entire extent of my remaining money. Again, I'd kind of like to preserve some money. If I can preserve some money, I can buy an Intellivision Sprint off the website. I did check the website last night. They do have Intellivision Sprint available. It's $150, which is the normal price, and then it's about $8 for shipping, which actually isn't bad to ship an entire console.
Nope, just wanted to take a see what it was. So very cool. Thank you.
Here's Death Wish Enforcers. I've almost bought a physical of that game a couple of times. What else are
We'll start by going.
This is a game I've actually been looking for. $10. I was looking for this. Let's see if it's complete. More importantly, let's see if it's in good condition. Manual. disc is beautiful. Disc is beautiful. No rental stickers on the box. I'll take this one.
All right, cool. How's been the hunt for you?
Better now. I looked everywhere for this game yesterday and couldn't find it anywhere.
Well, I'm surprised about that one.
I was too, because it's not like it's a particularly hard to find. Do you have change for a 20?
Oh, yeah. How much do we have on that?
It's 10.
All right, cool. I'll grab your change right now.
Thank you. I didn't either.
I mean, that happened to me. I'm looking for a PS2 game that's only like $15 and I can't find it.
I've learned that there's thank you. I've learned that there's always some game every year when I come to the show. There's always some game that it's not like it's a super rare or expensive game.
Yeah.
But like I won't be able to find it.
I think a lot of people want to bring higher end inventory here is the thing. And
Yeah.
they forget about some of the lower end stuff. you
Yeah.
know?
Like last year for me, it was Transformers Devastation.
Yeah. I'm looking for a PS2 game called Dragon Ball Z Sagas. It's not even a good game. I just collected the Dragon Ball series.
Right. Yeah, last year was Transformers Devastation. I couldn't find I looked all over Saturday. I
If you
couldn't
want, I
find
can
it.
help you with that bag.
Oh.
They're a little.
Nah, I got it.
Yeah, we what we do here is we refurbish everything. So
Okay. Yeah, no, it was in beautiful shape. I actually did find one. There was one other vendor that had a copy of it, but it wasn't nearly in this good a condition.
Yeah.
So, all right, I found this game. I looked everywhere for it yesterday. I couldn't find it. I even looked on eBay last night. Like I was like, maybe I'll just buy on eBay, and I didn't. All right. So I did find something off on my wish list. Oh, we got some guides here. We got Portal 2, Naruto games, Legacy of Kain, Turok, ooh. More Turok, Tomb Raider, more Grand Theft Auto. I don't know if you can see this very well. Ooh, how much is this one? $17.99.
What value?
Yeah, I'll pay. There's some N64 stuff. I found Hunted. That makes me glad.
Yeah, I have the DS one in my collection. Is it what? I have the DS one in my collection.
There's a few Lynx games.
Oh, dude.
I did grab one Lynx game yesterday. I don't remember if I was filming at the time that I bought it. I think I might have been. Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
One minute.
The nice thing is now I don't have to look at dump bins of Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games. That's nice. Here's some Switch stuff. There's some N64 games. Still looking at SNES bins because I'm still looking for a copy of that stupid WCW crappy game with the great character selection screen. Show me this big. It's the worst, crappiest wrestling game ever, but it has the best title screen or character selection screen. So here's some interesting looking Game Boy games. Ninja Turtles, Dark Arena, Street Fighter. I think I bought Street Fighter Turbo last year. Some TurboGrafx stuff. This Cannon Spike, that one's always super expensive. I used to own that one.
Yeah, that's how old I am that I actually had it.
Here's Cena. I picked that one up yesterday. Oh God.
Hey, buddy.
I kind of want War Gods, but because of its ultimate jank factor. But I see War Gods at game together pretty frequently, so unless it's like super duper cheap, like $5 or something, I'm not
It's
gonna
all
pick it
types
up.
of parts. So I'm like learning all this paper restoration shit. I'm see if I can find a good example. But you can do that. That's why.
Here's a few Neo Geo Pocket games. Who Gals Fighters? I'd love to have a Gals Fighters, but I'm not going to be able to. That's one I'm probably not going to be able to afford to buy. I might buy a shirt. I might buy a shirt from these guys before I leave today. Slow King. I kind of like the Dungeons and Dragonites one. I might buy that one. Magic
How are
Carp.
you guys? Good morning.
Good. How much are the shirts?
The shirts are all $25 each or 2 for $45, sir. Every 2 items you buy, you save $5 off the total before tax.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already at 56. That's what this is. The next 2 hours is going to 80.
This was the other vendor that had hunted, but the condition wasn't that good. And it was the same price, so I didn't buy it.
100%. Like a lot of folks looking at the same signage, same show. Exact video written story.
There's some N64 stuff. Pokemon Puzzle League. I wouldn't mind picking up Pokemon Puzzle League, but
Keeping the vibe alive.
Carpet everything. Wow. Color scheme.
oh, there's a copy of Blade. I picked that up at Game Together the other day, actually.
How could you not?
There's a thingamabob. Here's some assorted plushies. Sadly, we will not run into B today. I texted him this morning. He's not going to be making it down here today. I was hoping he would come back down and we could partake in some debauchery and shenanigans, but there's Legend
Let me
of
just double
Mystical
check
Ninja.
for you, alright? Yep, I'm just curious.
Here's some N64 stuff. Gauntlet Legends. Here's Mystical Ninja.
No, seriously. 14.
But did you have an offer on it?
No. I just want to see what the price was. Thank you.
Powerpuff Girls. Ooh, that one's gonna be fun. Mischief Makers. There's a lot of games where it's like I wouldn't mind getting them, but I don't want to spend that kind of money.
I just saw that either one.
I have an EverDrive, so I could play any of those games, but it's just like. N60 or SNES stuff. I always gotta look at the SNES stuff in case they got that crappy WCW game. I want to have it. it's a terrible game. It's a terrible game, but I want to have it so that anytime I feel like I can fire it up and hear you want me to.
I think we've got our expensive.
I mean, yeah, I know I could just emulate it. That would make more sense. Well, I'm feeling bad. I can feel better because I know it's on the game and it's like every. Here's some Game Boy stuff. I always like looking at Game Boy stuff because, Bookworm. I remember that. That's a fun game. I don't know about the Game Boy version, but I used to play it on the computer a lot. WWF Royal Rumble. It's like guilty.
How many buildings?
See, it's less chaotic. We can actually look at stuff.
One is right.
Good, good. Here's Conker's. These gold copy Zelda games are tough to find. I wouldn't mind having them if the price was right, but I've got the 3DS ones, which are technically better, so I don't feel the immense need to buy the N64 versions again.
Actually, it's fun.
One year that I bought, there was a guy selling a whole box of like cosmetically beat up versions of Majora's Mask.
I just hit one of these.
Right. Okay, thanks, man. Thank you.
I want to look at this backpack for Bubba. Actually? Yes, it's very
He's got.
If I find something, you will see it.
He's got the
She just says
the Canadian earthquake with the Canadian flag. That's like super old school earthquake. I might buy him before I leave. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Like I said, I'm looking for excuses not to spend more money, but I've never seen that variant of earthquake. Here you can get a hammer of Thor. That's not as cool as the Blades of Chaos that I bought yesterday. Here's some more weapons. This is nifty, whatever it is. And you got a keyblade and
I could just stab
I don't know, an axe. I don't recognize the game. Wait, is this Kratos' axe? Is this
That's Shadow Morn from World of Warcraft.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was Kratos' axe.
I have.
Oh, that would have been cool to go with the Blades of Chaos.
There's a gentleman in the front that has a metal one for 500.
Oh, that's a bit rich for my blood. I'm
considering he's the only vendor that's allowed to sell metal at this show.
No, I'm happy with the plastic Blades of Chaos that I bought for 20.
No, that's a lot safer.
Yeah.
It seems like the cons are trying to move towards that as well. So.
This is nifty. I don't know what it is, but I don't recognize a lot of these weapons, but some of them are cool. I every year I always say I'm gonna buy a prop weapon, and then I run out of money by the time I get around to it, and then I was like, oh man, Blades of Chaos, and then it was like, oh, they're only $20. Oh, I gotta buy them. A Sailor Moon wand. That would also be kind of nifty. Here's some SNES stuff. Do they have the crappy WCW game we're looking for? Probably not. Nobody does. I've looked for it for like the past 4 or 5 years, and I never see it. I should just buy it on eBay and be done with it, but I never do because I'm an idiot. That's why. I think I even looked in this guy, but he didn't have it. Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition. Every time I see this, I always say I'm always simultaneously happy that I pre-ordered and got a copy before the price value shot up, and mad at myself that I didn't just keep it sealed. Lollipop Chainsaw. Woo! We bought Art of Lollipop Chainsaw yesterday. Some TurboGrafx stuff. Green. I was like, because the WCW game is a little bit more. Here's Spike Out Battle Street. This is like the rarest OG Xbox game, pretty much. The WCW game is one that might be like hidden under glass, because it's not like super duper rare expensive, but it's uncommon. I always kind of look at like the Switch stuff, because there might be like some cool like sometimes some of the vendors will put like limited run stuff in their bins. Like yesterday, I found that I don't remember if I was filming at the time, but I found Rise of the Triad for Switch, and that was kind of a cool pickup. Okay, I'm definitely not going to browse the Funko Pops. So, thanks again. Actually, I think this was the vendor that I bought the. Oh, Teller Yumi. Actually, I bought this game on PS5 not too long ago. It's pretty good. I gotta play it more one of these days. Lara Croft collection. I gotta fire that one up. I have these on PC, but I bought it on Switch because I wanted a physical copy of it. I really like these games. Oh, Infinity Strash. I had a fun time with this one because I bought the PS5 version and then it wouldn't install, and PlayAsia sent me a replacement copy, and the replacement copy worked fine. They let me keep both copies. I gave it to B and it worked fine for him. So, oh yeah, this is the vendor I bought the Rise of Triad from, because I remember they also had this Shredder's Revenge. This is the Ultimate Edition that has like all the DLC on the cart. I wouldn't mind having that, but that's a bit rich for my blood. Because whenever I want to play it, I just play it on Steam anyway. Whenever I want to play Shredder's Revenge, but I wouldn't mind. And I have a physical copy of the base game, but it would be cool to have a physical copy of the game with all the DLC. 9:55 is the current time. We got about an hour before the Smash Brothers tournament. That'll give us enough time to walk through the whole. Ooh, an Evil Genius strategy guide. I wonder how much that is. Ooh, a Dragon Quest strategy guide. That's cool. $20. I don't actually have this game, but or maybe I do, but like I would have bought it if it was cheap. But $20 is more than I feel it's worth.
Where is he at on the first floor?
Very cool one.
361. What are you thinking?
300 cash.
320.
310.
330.
290.
320. Unfortunately, oh, you got pins. Yep.
Bins.
I ran out of bags yesterday.
But they brought their own bin,
Yes,
so
we're
they're
ready.
one-upping you right now. Enjoy that game, that Octo.
There's a Def Jam fight for New York.
That was from my personal collection. I played it.
$80 actually is one of the that's one of the cheaper prices that I've seen for Fight for New York. Mork, 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 mork. Game Universe. That's mostly cards and stuff. I'm not really into cards. Here's Custom Paws. They sell, I don't know. Here's a big Animal Crossing thing. There's a World Heroes poster. That's really cool. I just, again, 160. I saw that yesterday. It was $160. As much as I like World Heroes, I can't justify that. Here's a bunch of loose discs. Here's this guy sells all the cool pinball themed art. I bought a Circus Voltaire print from him. I'm still debating the Black Rose banner that he has. I think it's really cool, but it's $70, and B, I don't know where I would hang it because I'm desperately running out of places to hang stuff. Oh, here's a Wienermobile. Here's the Songbird booth. They have homebrewed Jaguar and Atari Lynx games. So here's Wyvern Tales. I bought that last year. And regular Lynx games. I bought Battlezone 2 yesterday. That's the rare Lynx game that I was talking about. Did you sell the other copy of it?
Yes, you did. Someone else that came and said, "Hey, that's a rare game."
I know it is. It is a rare.
price.
It is a rare game. Yeah, because because I used to browse for Lynx games on eBay when I first got my Analog Pocket and the adapter for it.
Oh yeah.
And that was one that I always saw. God, I don't remember how much it was, but I would always look at it and be like, "Well, I can't afford that one."
Yeah. No thanks.
I think it was like at least 100.
Wow. Guess you better buy some more of that when Battlezone 2000.
It is hard to find.
Yeah.
They got the Evercade for sale. These are the newest Evercade games. These actually aren't quite out yet. Like this one I actually pre-ordered from Amazon and it's not quite out yet. I think it's going to ship and I'll get it this week. Then they got actually quite a lot of Evercade stuff. I was going to pick up the Neo Geo one if they had it. Some of these are out of print too. Like I think the Irem Arcade is going out of print. The Intellivision collection is the Intellivision ones are either out of print or going out of print. I've got the Windjammers one.
Thank you. Good girl.
And then these are actually also Evercades. It has built-in games, but if you flip it over, this thing actually comes out and you can pop Evercade in it. So this is like a less expensive Evercade. Ooh, it's got Kadash on it. That's cool. And what else? Got elevator action, Growl, Puzzle Bobble, Rastan, Space Invaders, Bubble Bobble. Kadash is a cool game. I like Kadash. This is actually kind of cool. Then they got different ones. So like this one. This one has all Data East stuff. So like it's got Burger Time and Bad Dudes and Joe and Mac on it. This one's got Technos games. So it's got Double Dragon and Double Dragon 2 and Double Dragon 3, which we don't talk about Double Dragon 3. Super Dodgeball. There's a pretty good mix of games on there. Oh, and there's an Atari one. This has a pretty good mix of games on it.
He's got a little cowbell.
And then they got the Atari My Arcade. Oh, and there's a Neo Geo Super Pocket and a Capcom Super Pocket. There's a lot of these things. This one's got a bunch of Neo Geo games on it. It's got Shock Troopers Second Squad. And the Capcom one has like Street Fighter and 1940 something and Final Fight and stuff like that. That's rad. I think I spent the most money at that booth because I bought a bunch of Evercade carts and that Battlezone 2000. So somebody bought the other Battlezone 2000 because that is a rare Lynx game. I could swear the cheapest I've ever seen it go for was like maybe $80. Here's some Game Boy stuff. Shaq Fu. I didn't realize Shaq Fu on the Game Boy was so rare.
I don't want to. Bionicle? Oh, you do?
Here's some amiibos.
I have a solo puncher. You okay with that? Okay.
My wife custom writes it from the podcast.
Oh man, a Cobra Kai bandana. Or headband. Only $5. With that, you could be as boo. With that, you could be as badass as Johnny Lawrence and learn how to sweep the leg. So we got another copy of Shaq Fu. Sword of Hope 2. Finding anything awesome?
Not yet today, but we're trying.
I found the one 360 game that evaded my grasp yesterday. Nomad.
Lengthwise rows too. I keep missing the whole booth.
Ooh, Winds of Virtue 2. Bubsy. There's Wario.
Just don't touch the glass. This one.
Here's some figurines and stuff. I know. Let's see what they got here. Here's some Game Boy stuff.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Need to see it.
Oh yeah, I gotta see 2 pictures.
A hand painted NES.
Shoe printer that.
That's cool. Oh, look at the Snorlax severed head pillow thing.
Okay. It's open, but misprint is there. Gotcha. And all of the misprint is just leather.
There's a Master Chief.
Okay.
Looking chiefy.
Like I gotta work on it. Hey there.
Hello.
These Japanese ones right there.
Feel free to open up anything
What's
you want
that
to see.
one? I don't know if it's the right kind of case. No, it's the other one. Right color. We could read Japanese.
I see now why you do alphabetical. Meets the Dark Age. Whoa! Oh, here. Starfox?
These have custom top labels on them.
Yeah, they peel off easy, but great for collections.
Well, you can see what your game is if you put them
Exactly
on.
how it's that one.
Is that it?
The Starfox? Look for battle tanks as well. Oh, battle tanks.
should have got one of these. I have 3DS in the color.
They got as close as they could without breaking it.
Those are mans.
But we can take the closest matching character we have and give him Tyson's pen.
Pokemon Puzzle League. Games. Again, I like to browse these because you do sometimes find like limited runs. Sometimes in the midst of all the stuff, you'll find like limited run type stuff. A wisecracking elf. Whoa! Press its belly and I light up and talk. I wonder if it works. Battery's probably dead. I used to have one of the. I might actually still have it. There's some figurines. I think I saw those last year.
There we go.
Like I said, it's kind of nice to browse this on the second day, especially for the purposes of like documenting and doing a video, because like I can actually walk and talk, and I'm not fighting through a crowd. Hello, oh, there's some Sonic. Do they have any Big the Cat? I like Big the Cat. I don't see Big the Cat. Oh, I like the alligator dude. He's pretty great. He's no Big the Cat though. Big the Cat's the greatest. Here's some magic potions. Retro play, wrestling, Sanic.
Hey, go ahead.
Sean wants to start doing stuff on eBay, and even though they take up
Here's some wrestlers and more wrestlers. Look at all the wrestlers. Hollywood Hogan and a bunch of people I don't recognize. Like, who's this guy? This is mostly cards and Funko Pops. We'll pop in here.
I've already spent 45 in my 100, so I still have that.
The flea market one, it was so delayed that it was like, the flea market one. Hey, did I tell you I can't get
There's a bunch of N64 stuff. Ooh, Super Fire Pro Wrestling. TurboGrafx stuff.
Find it everywhere. That crochet has gotten big. It was like,
Ooh, Street Fighter Alpha 2 for Super NES. Oh man, Michael Jordan's cast in the Windy City. Woo. F-Zero. $42. I wouldn't mind getting F-Zero, but I'll probably just wait for it to pop up at Game Together at some point in the future. Oh man, boxed and television games. Let's look at these strategy guides. I kind of want to get into collecting boxed television games because they're fairly cheap. Fear Effect 2, Fear Effect 2, Gun, Cold Fear. Here's a Nomad. Alone in the Dark. Haunting Grounds. I don't really think I've ever heard of this game, but the strategy guide is $200. Guilty Gear 20th anniversary pack for the Switch. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is the older Guilty Gear game. What's this one? Oh, Hotline Miami. I remember I played that game once and it gave me a headache. Never touched it again. Even though I keep hearing that it's good.
Great action.
Ooh, he's Monstrum Nox. Ooh, he's 8. This is such a good game. Is this the PS5 edition? I think I have this.
It's a good question. I don't know what those boxes are. I've never seen the.
Well, this is like the collector's edition because I remember I ordered this straight from them. I don't know because if this is the PS5 version, then this is the same version that I have.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I've never seen the cardboard one, so those all must be correct because he's got a bunch more over on that.
Yeah. I remember pre-ordering that.
I missed it. So.
Hey, the $85, that's a pretty good price.
That is a pretty good
That's
price.
that's not bad at all. I mean, that's about what it retailed for.
Yeah, that's
I-
what I was thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I paid 89 or 90, I don't know, something like that. There's a Radiant Silver Gun special edition. If I didn't already have this on the Switch, I would jump on this. Because it comes with a steelbook. That's cool. They got a lot of cool collector's editions here. I don't recognize some of these games, but Grimoire, that's kind of cool. Langrisser 1 and 2. This one I actually have. I have it on the Switch. I don't know what version this is. I can't tell just by looking at the box. This one I just got. How much do they want for it? There's no price tag on it. I bought it a Game Together. Link's Awakening. That's a lot of good stuff. Nothing I need, but a lot of good stuff in there.
It's a tabletop game uses like NFC cards. You like make beat matched.
Seems like
music
pretty
with
fair
it.
prices.
It requires a phone.
Watch Game Together on YouTube. That's where they are, downstairs. We were already there. We were there yesterday. We'll probably pop back in there. Ultima Exodus. That's like the original PC boxed edition. That's wild. Here's some more boxed and television stuff. Beauty and the Beast. I'm kind of fascinated by that.
They are that for Game Boy Advance.
Alicia Dragoon.
Yes.
Ooh, Shadow Hearts Covenant. That's a great game.
Just open the key. And when they announce one, they're like, yes! And they call Broadway. You're going to be evil. And it's been great. Oh, man, it's so good. He brings it this year, too. So, yeah, definitely. I've been keeping up. He's just so good. So good. You don't get that. Yeah, you too.
Midnight Mutants for the Atari 7800 featuring Grandpa Munster. I could play that on my 7800 Plus.
Logistics behind it, but that guy.
some
That guy
N64
also should
stuff.
have like a multi-card upgrade process where like each year you bring back your multi-card and it'd just be like a yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what weird.
Like I need to be
Oh, fine. So,
Super Mario movie. I saw the new one that just came out a couple of days before this. Bridal Peach. He wants $50 for a Bridal Peach, but they still sell them for 40 at Target. Speaking of Princess Peach, more Princess Peach. What's this game? I have no idea what this is. Looking at the back of the box, I still don't know what it is. Wielding magical blades, 4 girls fight back, encroaching waves of monsters, exhilarating hack and slash action game. So it's waifus fighting monsters. Okay. Sounds legit.
It's the US. I'm not sure you know about it. See on the bottom it says USA. It's -1. Yeah. Almost 99% of them are just USA. The -1 had a bug fix, so the original copy doesn't work fully. This one was completely revived and fixed, and only the very last shipping of them ever that they put out had it. So
Here's
it's like,
Panzer Dragoon
it's like
Saga.
a $300 card just for that reason. And most people don't care. It's more of a collector, like the MGC. No one the game wasn't. But yeah,
Here's Power Blade 2 in the box. This is mostly cards. Oh, here's where I found the Goemon game. I bought an unknown Goemon game out of this box yesterday. And it turned out to be the Japanese version of. There's 2 Goemon games on the N64. They're both, like, the English versions of them are both very expensive. Like, they're both probably out of my price range in terms of collecting them. But I grabbed one out of the box because I was like, well, it's $15. I'll see what I get. And it turns out it was the Japanese version of Goemon's Great Adventure when I tested it this morning. And I'm like, oh, well, the English copy of that would be like $150. So, yayifications. I got the Japanese version of a super rare N64 game. I mean, it plays in English, or it plays in Japanese, so I don't know what the hell's going on when I try to play it. But. Oh, here's Runes of Virtue 2. Kind of tempting. Kind of tempting.
Oh yeah.
It was on my wish list.
Like people are freaking out.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like on the 30th comes conversation. Hey guys, have a good one today. You too.
But again, do I want to buy that, or do I want to put the $60 towards the television Sprint? That's the question.
A tiger. And I was like,
Here's a nice arcade stick.
He like everybody.
It's got custom buttons and stuff. It's a PS2 stick actually.
That kind of stuff. It's just, I don't watch all of them all just because it's helpful.
There's 2DSs and 3DSs and stuff. There's some strategy guides and stuff. If anything sticks out. The Power Glove. It's so bad. Here's Nashville City. Here's a couple of Neo Geo carts. Here's a nice Vita. Here's some Switch stuff.
Bought some Switch games and she
Giraffe and Annika.
What do you do? Don't do that, and don't tell a gamer that either, because I'm having a panic attack right now.
Here's a piranha plant.
Yeah,
Here's
ACW,
Dead or Alive 6 with a
that
new
has to
steel
go to
book.
Bob as well as my T4. That's all I have.
Here's the Street Fighter 6 amiibo game.
No, I never opened it. Yeah, there's nothing there anyway. It's 6 months. It's like maybe $60.
I know you're waiting for it.
I just saw somebody with the manual for the WCW SNES game. I can't find the actual game. Oh, here's a good one. This will be good. Pretty Girls Game Collection 3.
You want that?
That's got to be good.
There you go.
We got 30 minutes before the tournament.
Speaking of which, I got a text message.
Oh, it's a Sudoku thing. More logically, I should say 20 minutes because I gotta make sure I can find a place to sit down and set up.
Oh, wow. Man, they're worth that much. I guess those are cool.
Oh man, they got the Sabrina game. B and I love those games.
Yeah, I told you guys.
Here's some posters. I have one of these Wario decals. It's not in good condition anymore.
Yeah, it's probably a couple years old.
Yep.
Here's some more laser weapons and stuff. Here's a bomb. Where'd you get a bomb? Don't cross the police line. dump bin. Cyberpunk.
We're gonna walk around. Say bye, Sophia. Bye bye.
These are funny.
Yes, I do. The keys. So, but I do. Well, no, because I have to.
Just general.
These are kind of interesting.
And build my own. Yeah, thank you.
Well, if you want to hear
Anime shirts, comic shirts. I looked in there. Look at the big Mike Tyson. I think that's the same one that Steve at Game Together has. He has one of those
I don't have the box, but I have the Oh, that's
at the store, hanging on the wall.
Well, if I don't find a stack up, maybe I'll hit you up.
Oh, hey, there's. Speaking of Steve, I was talking about you like 2 seconds ago. I was like, isn't that the same Mike Tyson that you have up at?
That's what I was just talking about. This is where I got it. You want one on a smaller scale? There you go.
I did this too.
I have that.
You have the original? You have the original?
Yeah, it looks a little different. Someone bought it for me last year.
Those are.
No, it's a. No, oh no, not the original. Someone bought this stand from you last year.
Yeah.
It looks a little different.
Well, this one I just kind of did recently.
Yeah.
But I actually.
Oh no, somebody did this.
I made a lifetime standee. Are you serious? Yeah, because this is what the original standee looks like.
Yeah.
So I had a look at those in the
I want the life size.
Punch-Out's like my favorite. I mean, it's not a real one, but it looks.
But it looks good enough.
If you want one, I'll get one. Let me know. Yeah, I'll get it over because I took this artwork. I took a picture.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I sent it to Level.
There's some games. There's like Resident Evil Samurai Showdown Anthology.
Hello.
Howdy.
Let me know what you like, right?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Resident Evil Requiem.
How you guys doing? So you're Vivian? No, Vivi?
Here's some N64 stuff. Oh, here's Robotron. I bought Robotron yesterday. 24. Here's a 360. Oh, this is a Japanese one. That probably explains why I've never heard of it.
What's going on, bro? Do you mind if I take a look at that PSP?
No problem, brother.
Super NES stuff. Dodonpachi Resurrection something or other. What's this one? No idea. Excuse me. I like looking through the guides. Behind the glass stuff.
First one's the best.
Hybrid, it's like point and click. And it's like, so pretty much it's uni, retrofit, baby. Point platform.
Got 30% off.
That's all I had. A couple of those, but what's going on here? But
Registration card is $100, so it's got the registration card. That's probably it's weird, like no registration card. First 10, $20 there. Unless it's like
Anarchy Reigns. Like I said, I can skip.
Yes.
Any discounts for cash though?
Let's see. I could do 25.
Oh man, look at all those nice CRT TVs. Oh man, look at this nice Lara figure. $20.
I'm like, okay, well, you're signing
Ooh, that reptile is kind of cool. Funko Pops I'm going to avoid.
From the bottom, it's probably not.
yeah, the frame's covering a little bit. There you go.
Castlemania games, I've bought stuff from them in the past. Look at the little Tifa and Cloud. Those are cute. Oh, wait, actually, I think I bought the big Tifa statue from them yesterday.
I don't know if people care that much about the pirates. Yeah.
I have that on Switch.
It's really good. That's hilarious.
I don't know what that is, but look at this old, super old school TV. That's older than me, and I'm old.
More difficult version.
There's some boxed.
It'll stay shaded if I go to play another card.
All right, one more interesting.
I'm sorry, that's me.
There's some boxed clamshell Neo Geo Pocket games. These are very rare. Well, also very pricey, but very cool. There's Battle Wheels. This is another game that is a cool one for the links, but it's out of my price range. Battlezone 2000 is kind of pushing my limits. All right, I'm gonna make a couple of purchases, and I'll still have some money left over to put towards the sprint. And then we're gonna jump over to the Smash Brothers tournament.